Joel,
Yes, Ray.
who owes you money?
Everybody.
Dude,
Oh.
we're talking about collections.
Oh,
today.
collection.
Collections. Who owes you cash?
Early in my career,
Yeah.
everybody owed me money because nobody respected me. My terms were net 30 or net 45, and I would get paid when they felt like paying me, whether it was 60, 90, 120. Hey, we'll pay you when we feel like you deserve it.
That is no way to run a business.
It is not, because cash is king. Cash flow is what kills most businesses. And in an industry where there is tight margins, you have to be able to keep your receivables at a net 30. I recently followed up on some clients that owe me some money, and I had one that was 26 days overdue, but the really bad one was from February. It is next week, June.
Next week is June.
So 4 months after we did the work.
You know, we would originally refer to that as 30, 60, 90 doubtful.
Yeah, but as a business owner, if you do the work, that's your money.
Right.
And it was a floor job. So I sent emails, I sent certified mail with the invoices so that I got a return receipt so I know that they got them. There was no question. Oh, and by the way, my contract also states in it that if I have to take you to collections, that the price is 40% higher plus the cost of my attorney.
I am very happy that you actually put that in your service agreement.
Well, and he signed it. It's even better.
That's it. That is even better. All right, taking this lesson forward. You spent the first few years getting played like a kickball in the parking lot on payment.
Oh, and the most embarrassing one that I told you off camera, I'm going to share that.
Oh, you're going to... Okay. All right.
Because all those individuals that are out there that listen to this podcast and think that I'm 100% successful and I make no mistakes, there was a company that we did 6 locations for, and it was a sizable, they were apartment complexes. They went bankrupt, and just 2 months worth of billing was over $89,000, which I got stiffed for.
Yeah.
I had to get in line with everybody else to collect my money, and I got a penny on the dollar. And after paying my attorney, I ended up in the negative.
Yeah, of course.
Because I didn't have my contract set up right at the time. And what teaches us best?
Scars and experience.
Scars and experience teach us the best. So learning more about collections and how it works and how much money they take is hence why it's whatever the amount is plus 40% plus whatever my attorney charges me.
Right.
So when this person says, well, I've been in business 50 years. Okay, well, I've been in business over 45 years, and I've been in business for myself 13 and a half years. So what are you trying to tell me?
You signed the agreement.
You signed the agreement. He's telling me I can countersue and I can do this and I can do that. And I said, look back at the contract that you signed. And as soon as he read the contract that he signed, his tune changed. How soon can I pay you? Do you accept an ACH? Can I send you a check? All these types of things.
Yeah.
So it's making sure that you have things in place that are going to cover your backside. Because a few years back, I used to run close to $250,000 on float all the time. That is a lot of money to be putting out there that you, the owner, have to float. Now, my float and what's on float is way less. I rarely have anybody hit 45 days from when the work is done, so 15 days late. So this company that was 26 days, and I called him up, and he says, oh my gosh, I missed it. I'm so sorry. I'll not only send you the check for that, the current service work as well. And sometimes it's just as easy as making that phone call, and so many people are afraid to make that phone call. I don't know what's changed where people don't want to talk to people because communication is still king.
Yeah. Joel, for our listeners who are struggling because they've done the work, they think they have their paperwork in order. I'm not saying you're an attorney, so that we're not saying that.
Not an attorney.
We're not offering legal advice here. We are offering experience.
Whatever work agreement or contracts that you have, you do want to contact your attorney. Talk to a real attorney, because even they are dealing with things like AI where people put in the parameters and they're like, what are they talking about? This is not even legally acceptable where we are.
Right.
So you want to talk to a real attorney to make sure that your service agreements or your contracts are in order, particularly when it comes to things like collections. Because up front, everything is bells and whistles and, oh my God, I sold the job. Both the client and the vendor are happy. but then the payment terms come and somebody's owed money and somebody doesn't have it or doesn't want to pay it.
Yeah. Don't answer your calls, don't answer your emails, don't answer your texts. So to our listener, there are links below for a 1-hour counseling session with Joel. The things that you will go through are how to prepare the paperwork that you are presenting, how to present the paperwork, how to make the phone call that establishes what those rules are, and when your jerk of a client fails to pay you, how to follow up. Now, some of those follow-up steps may seem a little aggressive sometimes. They don't have to start that way, but you do have to be able to clearly state your case and the understanding that everyone has the same signed agreement. Joel can take you through that. It's a 1-hour call worth its rate times 10.
And sometimes it's having to escalate it to the next level, because when you're being ghosted in emails and texts, you got to do something that's going to get reaction.
Right.
Because you need communication. And without communication, nothing happens. So sometimes it will seem a little aggressive, but if you are able to hit that pain point, they'll contact you.
Yeah. Joel,
Yes, Ray.
thanks for having this card, man.
Oh, I've got a lot of them. You're welcome.